And finally, we got to the door tool in Revit. We can use this tool to add doors to the building model as you can see, but don't forget that we add the door on the walls. So they are going to be hosted by the walls, and they are host-based elements, and they require a host. And walls can be the host of the walls. Here, as you can see, I have drawn these walls like this way. Then I want to make you an example. I click on door in the plan view or in the 3D view, and also inside the section views. Let me add the section view. Watch this, and then we can add the door, or we can select one of the main views or the elevations. So you can use door in all of the views. I open the plan view from view tile window views. Watch this. Here we got access to 4 active views by this way. Then we're gonna continue in the plan view. In architecture, I click on door. As soon as I click on door, then we can specify the type in the type selector. Watch this, which provides us multiple types of the doors that we can select whatever we want. Here we could load family. That if I click on it, we can load a door family into the current file. So then I can open doors window, and then I can load a new door which was not provided in the type selector. I click on open, and here we can specify the type in the window of the catalog as we talked about this. Then I filter it to 2100s for the height. Then I select these types 7, 8 and 900s to load them, and then as you can see they are added to the type selector list. I select 900s in 2100s. Watch this, the preview is available. You can check the position in the preview, and then it was okay. You can click to add the door. Note that you have to specify a proper position for the doors, and because as they are host based, they are positioned based on their sill height. Watch this, as you can see the sill height is 0. Let us check out the views. They are positioned based on their sill height. However, there is a common mistake in the 3D view among the users. As I told you before, we add the doors in the plan view, but there are some users that they click on the top for the view box in the 3D view. Then you'll see it is not available to add the door. Watch this, because you cannot add the doors in the top views of 3D. So you should just rotate it, and when the face was visible you can add the wall. So keep this point into your mind. And however, there are some users that they usually click on level 1 ceiling plan instead of floor plan by mistake. But here as you can see we are able to add the doors, but check it out. Then we'll be encountered with this warning message that none of the created elements are visible in reflected ceiling plan. So this shows that we have to add the doors in the floor plans, not ceiling plans. Watch this. Here we have add this wall into the floor plan. So guys, please put this point into consideration. So then I select door. We'll talk about model in place later, and then tag on placement. When disabled, then if I want to add a door on the wall, then we won't have any tag on the model. But if we enable tag on placement, watch this, there is a tag on the door. And note that these tags start from 1, and since we have added one door and deleted the previous one, here we got the second one. And the tags works in conjunction with the marks. If I delete it and then I add one more, then it would be 4. So each of these tags are unique and won't be repeated again. Very well. I delete them. Again, I select door. I uncheck tag on placement. Then, if I move the marker of the mouse on each of these walls, we can see the preview of the door. Watch this, and as we move it, we can specify the position of the door. And actually, by pressing down a space, you can flip the instance. And finally, if I click, then it will be added finally. Check it out. Then let's check it out in the 3D view, and then I want to change its type 800s. Then we get back to this part. I press down a space and then click the next type. Watch this. As I press down a space, I can flip the door and then I click for adding it. Watch this. Click and cancel. And note that we are at the north elevation, and the point about this is when we want to add a door to here, if I want to add this wall, as you can see it is not visible in the north view, but when I press down a space then it will be visible. I'm talking about the preview. And if I add the wall in level 1, then it won't be visible in the north view. Let's check it out, since we got the other face. But when I press down a space bar while positioning the door, check it out, we only can see the preview. I mean, the preview is visible in all of the views in 3D and north, so we can check its position. Watch this. But after adding it, then it won't be visible, since we should check it in the south view. By this way, check it out. And as I showed you, it was visible in the 3D view as well. I'm in the preview. So like this, we can add the door, and afterwards, after adding the door, let me make another example. Here, I want to talk about the controllers. We talked about these in the family environments. We can flip the instance facing or just changing their directions. Watch this. And when the door was placed, and then if I select it, then I can rotate the door in 90 degrees. Watch this. I can flip the directions anti-clockwise in order to have the door in a way that we want. And if you did a mistake in placing the door, for changing its position, you can select it, then you can click on pick new host to select the host for a hosted element. Then you can specify the new host for the door or